Happy graduating class of 2026. Yes, you're getting my graduation speech a little bit early, as you can tell. But this is what I want to share with you a couple of things. One, with the new homepage features that I have in the sidebar. They are actually the type of pages at different times, anytime, you will see me highlight them on the home page. And then when they're not showing, you can just look in the sidebar and say, well, what was that page for this or that? And you can look at it as one of the main home pages because of the many thousands of different posts that I do have on the website. With it being graduation season, for more than a decade or so now, I've always wished the graduating classes, all of them, a happy graduation, and to also express my commendation for what you were able to accomplish this year and the years prior to get to this point. I do not make light of the education that people get and gather from, I say, the streets, and also from the education system, which is very important. And the many type of speeches that you'll be hearing and seeing on that page, you see, that I have for you. By the time you see this podcast or video posted there, you will always be able to probably reference, at least this year, of some of the other links of the graduation speeches that I like to share. And now with this new feature of home pages, hey, you'll have it right there for your memories. Or you can save it in your own favorites or what have you. Here's one of my, I guess you could say, past speeches or tidbits that I've shared with you during this time about the effect, what you will do with your education. I think about the different types of backgrounds of the speakers that you're going to have. I mean, from leadership positions, military, you see, speaking about those type of leaders that actually travel, again, around the country and the world to express their experience, to the professors and school teachers in their different backgrounds of, work experience. And I'm still going to mention one still particular or specifically in this case, I like to mention the farmers. You see, I like to mention the farmers, the blue collar workers, as they call it. Often, you probably hear more types of people who will be considered doing the white collar and Wall Street work. Yet, remember, they have people who have participated in different places as community activists. Maybe that's not the word I want to use it, but these were people who still helped out in their communities for different reasons. And sometimes they actually had to even speak truth to power, so to speak. So they have those type of persons. But this is what I want to mention about still farmers and even leadership. Okay, this is what I mean. I've mentioned to you that the type of speeches that you will receive is that you are the people of tomorrow. You are the leaders, the world crafters, the builders and the envisioners, or did I say, am I making up a word, or visionaries and stuff around the world. And they bring out some good points about that. And you leave feeling pretty good. Probably, you might even have to look in the mirror and say kudos to yourself and say, yeah, I did good work, as Stan Lee might tell you to do, bless his soul, you see. But you probably may say, I did good work, you see. Well, this is what I want to mention still about farmers. The attitude and the outlook of some of the farmers that I've known in life, you see, what they were able to accomplish as the builders of countries, you see, around the world, United States, around the world, farmers, the backbone of the world, you see, to feed the people. And in order to build those family farms, you see, over time, over the years, they showed leadership qualities, even if it was just for themselves and their family. Now, why am I mentioning this? I'm mentioning this for a certain type of attitude, a certain type of outlook on life. That's what I really want to emphasize here. Because all that education that you have received, some good stuff, what do you want to do with that education? Most people say, I want to be wise with this education. Then if you're going to be wise with your education, it means you're literally going to help not only yourself, but you're going to help other people. It won't be such a view of just trying to climb a ladder, but really the purpose of the reason why you want to climb the ladder, if I'm going to use that word, because some people actually want to just really go as far as they can go. You want to be sure that you have an attitude that it's because you're also helping people along the way, yourself, your immediate family, and then branch out, as I like to say, and help others with those responsibilities. And see, this is why I mentioned farmers. About a year or so ago, I was talking about this. I may have had the wind blowing through my ears, and when I say that happens, sometimes I believe it's God that's talking and not me, because one, the wind just feels so good, and two, I start saying stuff that I was saying, man, I wasn't planning on saying that, but I said it anyway. So anyway, but let me get back on the farmers. See, what I've seen and known, and I mentioned this, in times past, about with some farmers, they are the type of people that can literally get stuff done, not just on the land, not just the cultivating of the land, so to speak, but they're normally the type of individuals where, okay, whatever the job is, if they even get called away, you see, for a little bit, you see, if they just get called away because somebody need their attention somewhere, and it can even really be out of their field or what have you. There are some persons you heard me mention, they can tackle some of the most complex or complicated jobs at times to get something done, to get that building erected or what have you. And then after the job is done, they can go right back to their own little quiet living, you see, on the farm, and taking care of their own stuff, you see, and wouldn't be thinking no more of themselves than already that developed and cultivated self-confidence that they have even from God in the first place. You see what I'm saying? They already have it. And so why did I share that with you? Because that's what hopefully you will continue to keep as your goal with your education. A goal of not elevating or you see yourself above others, you see, unless you just got to get the job done. But I'm still saying that in the context of you use your smarts, you use your positions, you use your authority responsibly, and in the way of, some people may say, um, modestly, but it still doesn't mean because you're modest that you're still not the leadership in what you're exercising in. And so I just wanted to give you that example that, hey, you can give yourself kudos. You can enjoy the graduation day. You could do some great stuff. Um, and I just want you to just keep that in mind with whatever education or whatever degrees you have accomplished. And I do wish you all, great success in what you're doing. Take care.
This is Graduation with a Poetry Flair, Part 8 or Page 8 that is on booknet.com. This time we're going to at least express only what you will read in number 8. Why? Because it is poetry. So I'm not going to read the poem here today. I just want you to be aware that it is there and a little point about it as well. For example, the poem that I am sharing that will be in the book, this poem is many years old, has a lot of meaning to it. And I did write on the page that this poem was created and shared as something very important to the author more than 10 years ago. Even before the Poetry in the Mirror book was published by, James Lynch, the poet would readily share with you this is one of his core beliefs and essence of being on the receiving end of such a father. Fathers are important in all communities, and it is my pleasure to share this special poem with you. The poem is called The Father's Love. There are animation videos made out of it. Even on the Perceptive Readers podcast, you have it as a standalone, so you can actually hear me, quote the poem, not quote the poem, but actually perform the poem, And so it is there for you. And I wanted you to know that it is such a special poem. It will be, or as you can see now on booknet.com, placed in the GWPF book or Graduation with the Poetry Flair book. I really do think you will enjoy it. As I said again, if someone was to ask, what is your favorite poem? You know how they always ask a person's, performers, artists, what their favorite creation is. And sometimes, you would get the reply from them that, all my children, see, that's what they're calling their creation, or all my babies are special to me, or what have you. And they have to, normally think for a little while to say, but there is a unique one on this side of things for the subject matter of today as to why I'm picking this one, in this interview or expressing myself now. See, you may hear them say something like that because, as they mentioned before, all their creations are like children to them or special to them. Well, let me tell you, here is the exception to that one rule for me. This poem, A Father's Love. If you want to know out of all the poems, from the sage poetry, poetry, to the regular just family and happy times type of poetry that I've written over the years, this poem, A Father's Love, is my favorite. Okay? No comparing it with any others. It is my favorite. It is the most meaningful. So as I said before, I am happy to share this poem and place it in publication in this GWPF book. I'm James Lynch. Hope you enjoyed this time with me again in this excerpt reading, or in this case, just expressing what you can expect in the book. And you have a wonderful, wonderful day. Take care. Developed, created, and owned by James Poeartistry Productions.
A father's love. His responsibilities are many. His authority is meant to be exercised in wisdom at all times. Though he is a provider, he will not choose monetary gain at the sacrifice of his children's salvation. Where are these men? Where are these fathers? He has unseen strength and yet gentle. His teenage sons and daughters still thinks he knows everything, and yet the father listens and carries out the uplifting ideas of their hearts. They are his chief concern each day. He is a brave man, but willing to be vulnerable to help his children grow. He lets them know how this man came to be. The ups, the down, the beauty, the flaws. He intimates uplifting conversations and sorrowfully the unspeakable mistakes to his maturing sons. He teaches his insightful daughters there is such a word called regret, because regrets lead to repentance. Which came first, the word dignity or the father who displayed it? Which came first, the word honor or the father honoring others? What is fairness and justice, if not for the beating heart of a father? Would we even know the meaning of such words? Where are these men? Where are these fathers? Your sons need you so they won't lose their way. Your daughters need you so their life song will be happy. The love and wisdom of a father, coupled with the love and insight of a mother, this is conducive to enlightenment, rational, imaginative, and spiritual. This creates an atmosphere where the children will not only know what is right, but do what's right. They will grow. They will thrive. This is a father's love.